we're not riding a horse to have a battle. We're riding a horse because we want a nice partnership with it. And if you think about it, it's the most intimate part of the horse. You're in a very soft mouth with his tongue, which is a hypersensitive organ, and we've really got to take care of how we're treating the horse's mouth. You know, we must start to respect the horse's mouth, no matter what we see at the top. You know, we don't have to make our horse's tongue purple to get it to go well. So I think really the main thing is to, you know, you have your horse because, well, most people who I meet care about the horse, and they certainly don't want to hurt it in training. So they take the time out to do this. Okay, I've been asked lots of questions about how to use your hands when you're riding. And one lady came to my workshop, she wasn't happy that I wanted to keep the elbows in a nice relationship with the rib cage. The reason I do this is to give the horse a point of reference. Now horses, have you noticed when you put side reins on how they go into it more?
Yeah.
Now I'm not a great lover of side reins because it kind of fixes the horse longitudinally, then the horse can't bend laterally. So I'm not saying I'm a lover of side reins, but what is good about side reins is it doesn't move, the point of reference stays fixed to where you fix the side rein, like your elbow to your rib. Now, so what I like to do to absorb the nod of the horse is to let it come through the upper back. So as you're riding, we want the upper back to absorb the movement. Yeah. And as your back arches or goes into extension, you just push your hands forward a little bit. And then as your back comes back, you release. Forwards, back. Forwards, back. So it's just a different way than just doing this, which can go to this, and elbows swinging all over the place. So we just absorb it through the back. So we're going to work on oscillating your upper back so that you can really absorb the movement in the upper back. What I see in a lot of riders is they're kind of humped. One of the reasons is the lousy weather we have in this country. And they're kind of bracing themselves against the horrible weather. And, you know, lots of reasons. You've got big boobs and you kind of arch over and that strains your neck. So what we're looking for is to allow the movement to come through the upper back. You know that dressage is all about absorbing the movement, so we want to absorb the horse's movement, and we're going to start with the upper back first. Okay. So I'm just going to move into a different position so I can start moving you back and giving you that feeling. Then we'll switch the horse on so you can see how to do it with the horse. And you're allowing for that stretch as the horse stretches its neck out of its shoulder as it starts to walk. You actually, I think, don't have a major problem with this. What I see with you is your lower back needs to be allowed to come down. You tend to lean onto your fork a little bit. Yeah. So I'd just like you to rebalance yourself in the saddle. Sit more on the base of the pommel. So stand up in your stirrups, sit more on the base of the pommel. Okay, and now let your seat bone go down. Your sacrum go down. That's nice. Does that feel different?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very different.
So I want to, as we get your upper back moving, I want to stabilise your tailbone down. So now just let me push and relax. And it's a movement that just happens here, not in your head and neck and jaw. Just don't do anything with your arms right now, just move your upper back. Just drop your hands down a minute. Okay. Let me arch your upper back. So this comes up as that goes down and then it relaxes. Okay. Try not to do it in your head. Let's isolate the movement just with your upper back. So we're going to, my front hand will rise a little bit as my back hand slower.
Slow.
And what you'll feel is a lengthening here
Yeah.
from your pubic bone up.
Yes.
Now, what I'd like you to do is a very deep inhale through your nose. So you draw the air in through your nose. And that, when you draw the air in through your nose, it helps you to get more length in front. So here we're looking for this to lift and lift. So we get some mobility in the upper back. That's it. Now keep doing that, and I'm just going to give you the feeling of keeping your tailbone down. What does that feel like?
I feel like my legs will come forward.
Let them come forward a bit.
Okay.
Because we're often taught to push those legs back.
So, yeah.
And when it does, it just tips you on your fork.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to let the legs hang where they want to hang.
Okay.
Yeah, to keep everything, that's nice. To get this length here through the front. So we get this giving through the back. So let's think of your pubic bone coming up and your coccyx going down. And these just stay there. So can you feel the only thing you can do now is lift this up?
Yes. Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you're leaning back now, we're just exercising your body. So we're just exercising, bringing air, drawing it in through your nose, and getting these vertebrae here going into flexion and into extension. So extension, flexion, extension, flexion, extension, flexion. It's really important to absorb the horse's movement through your upper back, otherwise you stop his movement and then he'll start to get hot spots.
That's amazing.
And pick up from your crookedness or your lack of absorption, your block.
Never even thought about that movement.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice when we switch this on and then you can feel it. Now, what I'd like you to think of is that you're actually hanging from a bungee and that you don't drop on the flexion bit. Extensions when you arch, flexions when you relax. Extension, flexion, extension, flexion. Now hang from your bungee so that you keep your length.
Am I leaning backwards now?
Does it matter? Remember, we're just exercising you. It's just an athletic exercise. How about now if you just put your hands on the back of the horse and put the weight into your hands and just find a place where you can just get this to work a bit. Just imagine you've got two air pockets here and you're just blowing them up, and this is putting some extension into your body. And I'm going to give you this feeling through your tailbone that it can stay down and the pubic bone can come up.
Yeah, that's easier doing it like this.
It's just athletic development. This is not how I'm telling you to ride a horse. And just relax, and it's just putting the whole back into flexion and extension. Lovely. Isn't that a nice stretch? Do you feel that?
Lovely.
Pull the air in through your nose, really pull it through. And we get those lungs working, we get that upper body working. Because when you're especially in canter, you absorb the movement through here. Pull the air in deeply through your nose. That's a good one.
I feel a slight pull there.
Okay.
Breathe in quite deeply.
Okay. Can you let your tailbone go down? You keep your lower body still. Just work your upper body. That's better. What's the difference?
Yeah. No pull.
What's the difference? No pull.
No pull.
So you're arching your back. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Now I can feel a whole lengthening right to the front of your body. And just imagine you're cantering now. You're on that horse that you rode today, and you've just got this gorgeous canter. And you are allowing this canter through your upper body. And let this smile. Just imagine a big smile across here. Just smile in your mouth and just feel what that feels like, that stretch. And just think about smiling across the front of your chest. Here, here. Tailbone stays down, pubic bone releases up.